Peace. Peace to the divine infinite consciousness. Peace to the awareness. This broadcast right here is about the Kundalini Awakening. Now, a lot of times, throughout your life, you'll go through different periods of the awakening. And it's a gradual process. But because you can't do that shit like right away. It'll kill you. It'll make your physical body not be able to sustain it. You know what I mean? Now, this Kundalini is this energy in ancient times that they described as a serpent energy that rises up from the base of your spine, your root chakra, all the way up to your crown chakra and above. And these things, when you activate it, you feel like a buzzing feeling. You feel like these little tingling sensations in your fingers. I mean, when it's really on point. And this is why they try to attack you through your spine and all these different things. Like with myself, they knew like this time when I was around, because I had that surgery, and before I had that surgery, which was a C1 and C2 collarbone surgery, they knew I had a space in my neck. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure a lot of people did. And but they knew I had it right at the top. And that was this time around to know how to get to that ascension point. So they wanted to fuse that part together after I hurt myself, and it's just funny because 3 years prior to that date, on the same date, if I didn't turn myself a certain way, I probably wouldn't have been here. So my higher self was looking out. But 3 years prior to that date, we got into like a car accident, but it wasn't a bad one. It was like someone hit from the back at the Boys and Girls Club, and they hit you from the back in the van, and it's like you just move up a little bit. But they kept me for a lot of those CAT scans and shit. Nothing was wrong with nobody else, but with me, it was like they wanted to see because they said I had a space. And it's like, right then I'm like, yeah, I was born with that. So there's people that are born with that. And it allows you to let your Kundalini flow all the way up to the crown chakra. And they want to, put that together, squeeze it together. Like, it's like, if this is your spine, mine had a little space right there. You know what I'm saying? So they wanted to, and this is why I can't move that way and that way. But I always have to adjust my joint, because the energy always tries to push up. But yeah, you'll feel the tinglings. You know what I'm saying? The symptoms are really like, the nauseating symptoms before you feel all that shit. Like the nauseating, the, headaches or whatever. These are not like bad symptoms. These are like just something that come and go or whatever. It's nothing like causes it or nothing. It's like only thing that does that is like, it's like a cosmic wave type shit. But, these things, if you don't choose to deal with those symptoms and you try to like take medicine and shit like that, it'll suppress it, but you have to deal with it later on. You know what I'm saying? So a part of the Kundalini Awakening, a lot of things happen, like a whirlwind of shit goes down. You might lose your job or place or some shit like that, relationship, whatever the fuck. It's sad, but it happens on upgrades. I go through the motherfuckers all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because nothing grows in the comfort zone. So if you're not constantly fighting champions and you're a boxer, then you reach that pinnacle point, then you're going to make yourself weaker by fighting anything other than a champion. So, anything other than a very good champion at that. So, the Kundalini, you want to sit back, ground yourself, eat your food right and exact at certain times. Sometimes you may crave heavy foods and shit. You know what I'm saying? You may have to do it because that's a cellular upgrade that's going on. And everyone's going through it. The planet's trying to do the damn thing. A lot of them ain't gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? So it's very crucial to this. It's real crucial if you want to continue your ascension. We had to go through a lot of little things, but hey, shit, we're here. So on the other side of that pain is happiness, yo. So you want to dead out the whole narcissistic rage and shit like that, because when you were young, everybody was a narcissist. As you grow older, you're supposed to kind of grow out of it. But a lot of people grow into even more of a state, like a covert narcissist state, or Some of them is psychopathic too, you know. So shit, histrionic. I need the attention. You know, or borderline hermit, witch, waif, or the wife, or the queen, borderline mentality. You know. Remember, this all allowed over here in their world. You know. Remember, they had their little father of psychology, William something, I forgot, but shit, break that mug down too. So yeah, man, you know, so it's all real and it's all relevant. And your electromagnetic field will attract everything. It don't matter what you are, shit, it's gonna attract everything. It's just how you able to defend yourself. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? But you'll attract all kind of shit. It ain't gonna matter. It ain't like, oh, you just attract money only because your thoughts and da-da-da. No, you attract it all. Electromagnetic field is growing further and further out from you. And they feel it. People want to get inside your dodecahedron. So, and when your Merkaba is activated, it's the same type of symptoms. You know? The activation of the Merkaba. Your vehicle, spaceship. Your field, your light bodies that's around you in the form of a tetrahedron. So, yeah, we created the sacred geometry. Self. It's not like a you against I, but it's how we balance shit out. You know, the lion ain't really against the zebra. It's just that, hey, man, you eat them motherfuckers from time to time. So you better be swift. Now let me catch you. So y'all better mate with the strongest. That's what nature's about. Mating with the strongest. The weak have to come back. Hey, come back, reset yourself. Hopefully you get an upgrade. So, yeah. So with that being said, you know, the Kundalini, how to handle them symptoms. You know, just sit down. Sometimes you may have to sit down and not do shit. Sit outside though. Get that air. Get that water. Get that fire. Get that sun. You know, you got to get all of that. Because if you don't, you're not getting none of your elements of who you really is. You got to absorb you. Absorb you. That's how you stay. That's how you stay young and shit. You know what I'm saying? Must be looking at it like, dang, you know, that's how you. This is how you just do it, man. I ain't saying you should just want to stay young. It's just how you renew your cells. Keep young in heart. You know what I'm saying? But renewing your cells. You know, that's why it's important to harness that energy, because if you don't, like your sexual energy, because that's what Kundalini is. You know, the sexual energy, because it's all a part of creation. Everything you do is a part of creation. So you want to harness that shit. And when you harness it, what you're gonna do, instead of just like releasing it and busting and shit, just like you're using that energy for other forms. You're causing other orgasms. You know, instead of just a genital orgasm. We know the woman is a multi-orgasm creature, but when we're dealing with the physical realm, then yeah, you know, there's a gender base, but there's really no gender base. There's no gender. There's just the energy. That's it. So, see, that's the electromagnetic field. It's attracting this dude, whoever want to back up. So let me just keep going straight. I understand why the animals do certain things. You know what I mean? Why they bounce and move. Like, man, let me get the hell away. You know what I'm saying? But you know. Hey, so anyways, it's all about your energy. You know, so in whatever gender that you end up operating. And he made sure he made it right there too. Look right over here. See, look. Let me see if I can see this motherfucker. He in the back over there. You know, histrionic. But anyways, yeah. So when your Kundalini is what you be sensitive. You're sensitive and shit. You sense shit. You're not like you're paranoid. You just sense shit. You know what I'm saying? It takes time for you to master that. So yeah, and so you know, You want to learn little things. God damn, look at this damn sky. This is funny. This motherfucker look like a divine eye and shit. You see this damn cloud and shit? Motherfucker look like a divine eye, a phallus, you know what I'm saying, with two balls on the side. Or a spaceship covered up. You see that shit? I don't know if y'all can see that shit. Right there. Yeah, so that just reminds me, like, don't release as a man, you know, because when you do that, beautiful moon over there too, just the nude. You see the crescent, you know, and that moon and the cloud look like the continent of Africa. Also look like not India, but look like Africa a little bit. So, you know, just a little synchronism. That look like Asia over there, and that looks like China on the end with Australia at the bottom. You know, it's tight. And we see Antarctica as the wall going all the way around. So, yeah, so dealing with that, you don't want to release your shit, because when you do release it, you know, that's this Kundalini. You let it out. So you got to take time to reset that shit again. So if you want to learn how to master that shit, you got to get it to a point of before you about to release, and then you hold it in. Some of you mugs, this may kind of hard. Like, man, I can't hold it in. I'm gonna come. You know what I'm saying? But I guarantee you, if you do this exercise, it's the prostate exercise. It's the PC muscle. You do the Kegel. You just like when you're urinating and you stop the flow of urinating. That's what you do. So this is without having to urinate. So you're gonna have, and you do that a few times, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, like just a gang of times. It's the hidden exercise. You know what I mean? Do it about like 50 times. Just set some time to your day, and you'll get stronger and stronger. Before you know it, you'll be able to train. And if you're training yourself before you're about to have a actual orgasm, then the beast is out tonight, boy. But before you about to have an actual orgasm, you'll know how to stop it, because you'll be able to clench. And that's when that muscle is strong, because you can stop that. You use the breath, you know what I mean? For a woman, she's trying to come. So when she's breathing, if she's trying to take it and like, she's about to let it out, you know what I'm saying? With us, we're like trying to get that cycle or with a man, we're trying to make it go around. So it won't come out as it goes down your and it comes back up. Before it gets down there, when it gets down there, and you don't want it to, you want it to, and that in turns powers you. And people sense that shit, no matter where you go, man, because your electromagnetic field is stronger, you know. So it's not about sex. You use that energy for other things, all right? And that's why you don't bust, y'all, you know. So yeah, you can train yourself, you know. You can give yourself a dopamine shot, which is a porn shot or whatever, to train your divine eye in that area. So when you are having self equality with your wisdom or whatever, who you having it with, you won't bust. That's what you're here to not do that. Don't do it. So your libido will be so fucking high that you'll just be sexy to motherfuckers and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't gonna matter who you attract. You're gonna attract everybody, so it ain't gonna matter. But you'll be sexy to women too. You know what I mean? So if you wanna raise your shit, get your testosterone pumping and your Kundalini going, then you start feeling the cheat. But if you're not really into that, then and the sexual shit or whatever, just raise your shit for your power. Link up with the right brothers. You know. So with that, I'm gonna say peace, more love, subscribe, and I'll be with you. Peace.